copy of the Old Testament that we have is called the Dead Sea Scrolls.
The Dead Sea Scrolls are not a copy of the Bible, and referring back to them as to what should and shouldn't be in the Bible really is a bad idea. The Dead Sea Scrolls are a collection of works that were produced by the Essenes. Now, if you don't know who the Essenes were, they were one of the Jewish sects during the Second Temple period, so they would have been alive during the time of Jesus. The Dead Sea Scrolls are incredibly important. One of those reasons is because they actually have manuscripts of a variety of different Old Testament texts that predate the oldest texts that we have. And it's not by just a few years. A lot of these texts are hundreds of years older than the oldest documents that we had prior to that. Here's the thing though, it wasn't just biblical texts that were included in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, this is the complete Dead Sea Scrolls by Giza Vermes. This is just the non biblical works. This book is 600 pages and contains dozens and dozens of different manuscripts. So, what's actually in this book? Well, there are some commentaries to a variety of different biblical books. There is also a number of books that were important at one time, but never made it into any Bible. So we have books like First Enoch that are in here. We also have stuff that is just for the Essenes. There are a variety of different rules that are in here meant for the Essene community. Now, besides those works, there's also some works that are very important to Christianity in order to help us understand Messianic ideas. So we have some apocalyptic works within those texts that give us some idea of what the framework Jesus was working with. We see some of the terms that he used, such as the Son of Man and ideas like that, appearing in some of these apocalyptic works within the Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, to be fair, we do have the Apocrypha in there, the deuterocanonical works, but we also have a variety of different works that aren't in any Bible. So to claim that, hey, this is a good source to show that these works were included in the earliest Bible simply doesn't work because there's so many other things there that weren't seen as scripture. So while the Dead Sea Scrolls really don't tell us what should be in the Bible, it does give us some context for early Christianity and the ideas that were kind of forming at that time. So it can be a really useful source. But again, it doesn't really tell us what was in the Bible, what was considered scripture, or anything like that.